Tint slip. So sticky. Wait, what? Because it's so humid. I keep putting extra soap in here, and it's still a little bit sticky. It does have, well, it does have dusty windows, but I'm finding like no matter how much soap I put in here today, it's just not enough. What was it about tint slip?
Somebody asked, what are you spraying on the windows? And I said it's called tint slip.
Yeah.
Basically, it's water and soap. Then the next question is, what type of soap do you use for your slip solution? So I said it's tint slip.
Yeah, it comes pre-mixed. Does tint slip list the ingredients? They don't list the ingredients, do they?
It's on the bottle.
Oh, it does say?
Yeah.
What is it?
You have to have all these warnings.
Yeah, they all have a MSDS sheet.
What are the chemical components of tint slip? So Johnson and Johnson and Dawn dish soap.
You're never gonna be able to find like an exact formula, or else you'd be able to just like replicate everybody's chemicals.
Yeah, exactly.
But if there's stuff in there that's unsafe, that gets listed in an MSDS sheet.
Right. Top secret formula.
Right.
Passed down through generations of tinters.
Just the way Grandpa used to make.
Passed down through.
This is GeoShield. We're fake Detroit though. We're Metro Detroit. Guys use torches on finished tint like other tinters? No, we do not. No soap with lotion. Yeah, you can use like Johnson's baby shampoo just fine. That's what I've liked to use in the past. The tint limit, I think they say basically no tint on your windshield or front doors, except for like the top 4 inches of the window, and then you can go as dark as you want on the back.
Getting done are ran at a shop in pot, doing 5 all around, 35 in the shield.
Nice. Yeah, that's about the darkest we go. 5 and then 35 on the windshield. What's up? So no, I'm just getting this quarter window prepped. So yeah, it's just a regular 1-inch razor blade. Amazon Basics brand. Cars have the hardest windows. I'm not a fan of Audis. Audis are usually pretty hard to tint. I actually really don't like Range Rovers either. Oh, with a steamer. If you're talking about stripping tint. I have an Audi I'm tinting tomorrow. What kind of Audi is it? Windows with like vent visors. If they're I actually usually don't take off vent visors really anymore. I usually just work around them is what I do. Said it's an Audi. Well, it could, you know, if it's like the A7 and it's just got frameless windows, that one's kind of nice to tint. So just hope it's A7. Did a 99 Corvette rear window yesterday. Shot the freaking install. Damn, I was nervous. Yeah, those are not easy. 99 Corvette is pretty tough. Shifts also. Yeah, just make sure you have it tucked in place before you cut it, or we'll like squeegee it down in place. Your windshield's like got a few fingers on the side. Will those lay flat? They likely won't. You have to try to move most of them to the top or the bottom. You could leave maybe one or two. How do you deal with old baked on tint on rear window and defroster lines? Like the only thing you can do is like steam it. There are some people that have like the trash bag method, but it's like you can only do that when it's really hot. How long does it take you to do one car? Like a couple hours. Just have to take a blade of the defrost. Yeah, if they don't want to lose, as long as they're fine with losing the defroster lines. I would just steam it. Just steam it, razor blade it. Both thumbs, you can flatten it out without creasing it. Should lay down. What's up? getting a little bit pinched here at the bottom of this quarter window. It's kind of a tight fit. I'm just going to try letting some of this water dry. If I have to, I'll just trim it a little bit. Oh, we're using core. Core is pretty nice. I like core.
Have you ever had to remove the bad window on a newer Mustang? Vito Travaggio on Arts Instrument. How do you tint windows with screws on windows like old Chevy trucks?
Old Chevy trucks, you gotta kind of just cut like a circle around it. I usually cut like a kind of a cutout around the knob. We're ready to remove the back window on a newer Mustang. Yeah. I would just use like this guy right here. Just use a steamer as your best bet, and you can try to get it off without much glue. If it's really old, it always sucks to strip. If it's really old tint, I mean.
Said hi.
Hello. So we got one door left. I'm gonna peel this off here. All our doors have turned out pretty well so far.
What's the longest time you've taken to tinted a car?
In my career, I spent about probably 4 or 5 hours doing a 1950, I think it was 58 Chevy Impala. That was a long time ago though. That was probably 10 years ago. Do I need anything special? What kind of truck are you talking about? O2 Avalanche? No, that's pretty easy. Just the back glass I think sucks a little bit, but you don't really need anything special for doing it. The back glass I think should actually pop out of the car. I think. So I know a lot of those models do. I'm not sure exactly about O2, but I think they do. Yeah, pop the back glass out and like put it on like a shelf or a rack or something when you tint it. But everything is the same on that as like any other truck. There's not really anything super special or different about it. Windex? No. Are you asking me like, is this Windex? If I can't afford a shop, you could always start mobile. I would just try to make sure that you're working in some type of a garage when you do it, unless you're ready to handle like outside.
So how much would you charge for the windshield and two front windows on a 2003 Silverado 2 Doctor?
You install the ceramic heat repelling tint. Yeah, we do ceramic. How much would you charge? I mean, it'll vary a lot. I don't really do any of the pricing here. I mean, I figure minimum I would want to get like $150 for it. Or we'll including the two fronts, minimum like $250. I was thinking just the windshield, like at least $150 for the windshield. Yeah, canopy will help you out. Yeah, you mostly want to try to block the wind. This is some kind of GoPro type camera. I did not buy this. Matt bought this. He put it on me today. So double-sided tape you put on top of the door for the. That's on our site. We have seal guard and we have panel guard. So I have a strip of seal guard laid here, kind of as more protection against kind of contamination when I'm laying it, and then I have this panel guard to keep water from running too much onto the panel. But those are both on our site, on the Tint Studio site.
That's a fair price. I'll check you guys out. I work in Sterling Heights, so I'm a little bit. Thanks.
Yeah, if you're looking to get that tint here, I don't really do any of the pricing, so you'd have to call and double check. But I'm just ballparking for you. If you're just practicing, you could probably just grab anything, like anything cheap off of Amazon, something like that. So I've never really tinted with distilled water. I've worked with somebody who swore by it, so I do trust his opinion. But it's just not necessary if you don't have distilled water all the time. So I can't give you like a good answer of like just how much better it is. But I've worked with people who noted the difference. Now I'm wiping the top edge here. These windows are actually fairly dusty. I wasn't super expecting that, but they're just, for whatever reason, it's got a lot of dust. Do you need to torch the inside window? What do you mean? We don't ever torch our windows.
Has a car ever ran out of battery and having doors open during the build-to process?
It has from being on, like when we're trying to roll the windows up and down. I would have some kind of battery box ready to go in case you got to jump the car, or when you're if you're tinting them like under the canopy, you could probably just leave them running. To remove any coating. Okay. No, I don't really ever do that. We don't ever really torch our windows here. The only thing, like, I don't know if you're talking about like the UVU coating that they got, like on some of the Toyotas or anything. For those, I just squeegee it. We don't really like to torch anything on a customer's car.
Is there a big difference between 50% and 20%?
So if you're just talking like what like two doors or something like that, I would say no, there's not a huge difference. But if you're talking like a full car, then there's a very notable difference between 15 and 20. Oh yeah, of course. Thoughts on XL Nano ceramic? I've never used it. I've never actually used Expel because Expel is pretty stingy company. They try to kind of control what you do when you use their film. So I've never really worked with them. But I'm sure they have quality film.
As far as you know, which brand is best to work? Tint and Tools, Carolina Garbers, OK, or Cameo?
We use GeoShield here, so I would recommend them.
Door Mustang that was going 35% on WS on 2015 around Philly. What is that bottom?
So if you're, I was going 35 on windshield, trying to decide between. So I mean, like if you really want to go pretty dark, then do the 15. For myself, it would probably be a little bit too dark, so I would probably do the 20. Yeah, I like the GeoShield film. It's good. In the bottle, I'm just using Tint Slip. That's our own stuff here. That's this right here.
I use GeoShield. It's known to be a harder film to move around on the window. Mine seems really bad.
.40 by 20. Yeah, that is nice. Is known to be a harder film to move around on the window. Mine seems really grabby. It can, like, there's a lot of factors that kind of go into it. And, like today I would agree. Like this film has been very, very sticky when I try to lay it. But sometimes it just has to do with the amount of humidity in the air. Sometimes it can just be like a window is just really old and dusty, and then it gets really sticky. So you'll still have factors beyond just the film itself that will affect like how grabby or sticky it is. It's hard to find like fix for everything like that.
You're not sure which one to get.
Right now we're using a Graphtec. It's like the most expensive Graphtec that they have. But I've also used smaller Graphtecs, and we had a Workhorse plotter here before. Workhorse is not too bad if you want to get something cheaper. Need a heat gun. I practiced twice on my door window and messed up. Yeah, I would definitely recommend getting a heat gun. This one I'm using right here is pretty good. You can get this off of Amazon, or you can get it at like any Home Depot. Installed during the winter. Yeah, I do. We tint during the winter, but it takes a long time for the water to dry out in the winter when it gets really cold. So after you tint it, try to leave it indoors for a little bit for some of that water to dry. Really take your time squeegeeing it. Oh, you're good, dude.
You may give me the ambition.
I like getting questions.
How many years does tint last? This is the top.
Yeah, dude, you could definitely try. Would you tint a car that's dirty and dusty, or tell the owner to wash it first? I mean, yeah, I've tinted many dirty and dusty cars. You can just kind of spray it and wipe it off, or you can power wash it yourself. You could always ask. I mean, it kind of depends on the customer. I don't really like to ask customers to get their car washed before I tint it. How many years does tint last? It'll depend on the film you get. Opinion on new glass aid tape? I like it.
Shout out Detroit Tint Studio.
You didn't change glass aid, did you? It's still. Somebody said new glass aid tape. No. Oh, is that what he's talking about?
I don't know.
That might be what he's talking about. If you're talking the new seal tape, I still like it. It's pretty good. Just have trouble with getting contamination between the window and the film. Practice.
Thoughts about lumber film?
Lumar. Lumar is pretty good. I've worked with Lumar ATC and it was really good to shrink, but I also haven't used Lumar in a very long time.
Oh, let me see the back.
Every deal with top edges from the water not being the best.
What's up? I'm gonna switch the battery. I don't know if I need to. Oh, probably.
The microphone's on the camera, right?
Yeah. Yeah, microphone's here. Just a minute. But
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of comments. A lot of questions.
we can angle that there, and then I'll switch to it.
And this has a microphone in it too.
Oh, just kidding, it's broken. No, it doesn't have a microphone. That was one of the things I was trying to fix. There we go. Now that camera's working. But yeah, that one doesn't have a audio out, which is why I was trying the GoPro. So 2 seconds here, or 3, or 4, or 5. I'm not tall enough for this.
It's Tinted.
There's a tape up there. Tint? What? Oh yeah, you guys don't want to change just because it's inconvenient. Should be good now.
There's a lot of comments. Do you see how many comments there?
Yeah.
How do I get this on here?
So that just literally pushes in there. Ta-da!
Ta-da! And now I'm back online, or like microphone is in here.
Yeah. You are good.
Sorry, microphone was unhooked. How come you're not using the keg sprayer? I'm lazy. Hit a windshield with a rear mirror in the way. You gotta either take it off or just cut around it. 08 to 14 Chevy Impala is very easy. You can just pop out those rubber seals on top. We're in Sterling Heights, so we're not really in Detroit. We're like Metro Detroit.
So my son bought a project car and the rear hatch had tint that was
Say a word and put it over my window. How do I know where to cut?
film on the glass.
So you have to. It's kind of a full process.
Tariffs affecting the business. What's the
But
cost
you
of
you cut. You have to, after you cut one side, you have to kind of shift it over to prevent the gap. You got to do that on both sides. The rear hatch had tint that was peeling, and when you peel it up, it lets white film on. Be best to get. It's some kind of adhesive remover, or some kind of glue remover. Is a full windshield tint legal? It depends on where you live. A lot of states have different laws around tint. Here tinting the full windshield is not legal. We're in Michigan. Only the top 4 inches of the windshield are actually legal. Yeah, in Michigan, doing the windshield strip is legal. as long as it's not too low. Yeah, you can always get a note from a doctor here too.
$1.00. Thank you for your donation. Better question is full windshield tinting legality?
Thank you for the donation.
Is that your current support? Can you support
Full windshield tinting legality. Yeah, that is a good question. Here I would say it's being like a little bit more enforced now where I'm at in Michigan, but it mostly just has to do with how dark your tint actually is. As long as you have it light enough to look through on your windshield, I don't think the cops are too concerned. It's just when it's too dark for you to properly see through. Yeah, 50% on a windshield is not too dark. That's not bad. Had my windshield tint. Yeah, that's too dark. I definitely wouldn't tint my own that dark. I wouldn't be able to see out of that. This window is sticky. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this window lined up really good. This is being very sticky. Coming out after guns next reel, yeah. What's the reason behind two-stepping the back and bottom loading fronts? Oh, so the back seals are a lot harder to take out on this because they're attached to the quarter windows. So I have an easy time two-staging those, so I just two-stage, and then with the front doors I have a harder time two-staging them, so that's why I pulled those. %15% full windshield is common in the South. That is it's very dark, so. Like if I had 15 on my own windshield, I wouldn't be able to see out of it. If you don't want to go sunblind. Yeah, but you don't, like, dude, you don't need 15 to keep the sun out of your eyes on your windshield. All the way around in 30 windshield. That's really dark too. Slip in there. It's just too humid today. I keep adding more soap to my bottle, but it just is like not enough. It's just too humid and these windows are too dusty. Man, you live life on the edge. I don't even have tint on my windshield. I just have I have 20% on my car, on my doors, not on my windshield, but I don't have anything on my windshield because I wouldn't be able to see out of it. I'm picking that. That's true. I mean, it is like the privacy of it is nice. It's mostly just when the sun starts to go down and it gets darker, then you just can't see out of it. It's like it can be actually dangerous.
I got 5% all around.
Including your windshield? Did you do 5% on your windshield?
I had 5% all the way around on my C6. The windshield was 50.
Yeah, see, as long as you got the lighter shade on your windshield, I think that's fine. It's just when people are like, I got 15 on my windshield or I got 10% on my windshield, it's very dark and dangerous.
Yes, 5 on my windshield.
Yeah, that's too dark, dude. You should not be driving super late.
All ceramic.
15% windshield strip is fine. That's not really hard to see out of.
Didn't have any magnets done right now. Rose did a problem. And I got my car with 2.5% double layered on the windshield. 50 was too bright.
5% double layered? Okay, well that person is crazy. Yes. It depends on the software you have. I know somebody mentioned Tint Tech, but Tint Tech has pretty bad top edges. I found the top edges with Core are very good. I haven't had any that I've had to redo for a bad top edge. Try our site. Try Detroit Tint Studio. You can get GeoShield on there. I've never used that one. I've used like Tint Tech. I've seen Film Cut, and I don't really like either of them. Core I think is far better. Yes, there is 15%. We're in Sterling Heights. So I'm just trying to get my edges in here, and then I'll check out my window. Blue tint? Like Mercedes blue? Or like chameleon tint?
Ceramic tint is the best quality, right?
Yes, ceramic is the best.
What lower end tint do you all use?
We're using GeoShield Carbon as our low tier. We have Carbon, we have C2 Ceramic, and then we have Apex. Got mine off Tintex. Have you heard anything about their application? I haven't really heard good things about Tintex, but I don't know a ton about it though.
If I was to put 5% non-ceramic, would it heat out a bit similar to 30% ceramic? What does non-ceramic not reflect heat? Ceramic coating too. Zone zone tint bad to practice with. Carbon blocks heat too.
I think we actually got a pretty clean window here. Pretty good. No, we don't do ceramic coating. If I was to put it, would it keep out? No. So they put a different layer in ceramic that specifically is for IR rejection. So you would have to look at the IR rejection like percentage. AutoZone tint bad to practice with. Not for practicing. I wouldn't put it on customers' cars, but it's not bad for practicing. but non-ceramic option was a couple $100 cheaper. Yeah, I mean, non-ceramic tint has its purpose. Like I don't think I have ceramic on my car right now. It's just ceramic is gonna have like specifically IR rejection, which is basically what makes you it blocks what makes you feel heat. So specifically, you're aiming at keeping yourself cooler with ceramic.
Advanced, I went in a Lincoln limo once. It was not bad for practice. Nice TV.
Expensive tint is not good for practice. Just get something cheap when you're practicing. You don't need to have like ceramic tint to practice with. Yeah, when you're practicing, I think you can just grab basically anything when you're practicing. Don't drink tap water. I think this has a filter on it though. I think the water here has a filter on it. Now I gotta cut out my back glass. I'm gonna use this one. Go to my cupboard. I gotta delete this. Delete this. And then I gotta change my roll size. 36. I gotta change my roll. Figured it. Yeah, it is a nice shop. I'm just a worker here. Doing this car just the front. So we're doing a GeoShield ceramic 20. It's getting 20 on the full car, but no windshield though. Plotter. We're using a Graphtec. You template windshields? We have not. I've had too many times, so I haven't really used any of Core's windshields, but in the past I've just had bad experiences with windshields being too small out of tint software, so I just cut them by hand, kind of out of habit. Oops, I think I bumped my mouse. I'm gonna close that and reselect it. Option 1. Add. Go to cupboard. I'm gonna send that. You bottom load the front. Oh, I did take the bottom seals out. I gotta put them back in. I took the bottom seals out of the front doors and I bottom loaded the front doors and I 2-staged the back doors. This looks way better than putting the blade to the windshield. Yeah, we like to use cut tape, glass aid cut tape when we cut windshields though. Where's Matt? You know, I don't know where he went. He just put me in charge of the stream and he had work to do. I have to find my bottle. I'm gonna take my razor blade out. Yeah, I mean, if core, like, I would just try, like, if you have core, I would just try their windshield patterns in the software and see how they fit. I've had too many experiences with them not fitting from other tint softwares. Like I've used Tint Tech in the past, and it just was always like an inch short, and that's just the worst when you do everything on a windshield, and then it just comes up an inch short in the end. Then you got to do it all over again. It's just not worth the time wasted when you can just cut it by hand.
Okay, I'm gonna call the shop. Can you just let it go to voicemail?
In short, it's always way worse.
Dude, that is the worst.
The TF is not.
I'm a worker here. I'm Matt's brother. But I know a couple things about window tint though. Maybe make sure the camera is lined up good.
Nice to meet you, dude.
Yeah, dude, nice to meet you.
Well, what am I looking at?
Yo, what am I looking at? This is called tinting a car. We are tinting this car.
Who recommends your shield for practice and looking for mid-grade tint for practice?
You could use their, I think it's Pro Classic. You could use Pro Classic for practice. Just when you're practicing, just use the cheapest stuff you can get. I'm the intern. Yo. Tint intern. There's so many people who ask what tint to practice with. What do you practice with? Just practice with the cheapest stuff that you can get.
A lot of them get Lexan.
Get Amazon tint. Amazon Basics tint. They're 10-year intern, yeah. They're the intern who's been tinting for about 12 years. Look at that. Look at that angle. Does it allow you to still use the defroster? Yeah. It's not going to hurt the defrosters at all. But you pretty much have to do this step in order to shape the tint to the curve of the glass. If you don't shape it to the curve of the glass, then you have fingers on the inside.
In my friend's cars, but I can't find the soap pads y'all use. What are they called?
The soap pads?
One side up.
Are you talking like scrub pads, or are you talking like these? It's like a Scotch-Brite. Yeah, always line your side up when you're shrinking. You were told wrong. I've never really heard about the tint bubbling up if you use defrosters. That's kind of odd. Do you tell your customers that the tint will bubble up if they use their defrosters, Maddie? Union films? I've never really heard of that or used it. It's a felt squeegee. It's very old. I've had this for like 10 years. It's a felt card. Just mess up on the top side. Like when you're shrinking? Use these pads to clean the glass. Then he slings the cloth at the window. I'll probably have to ask Matt later if he knows.
Yes. Is the felt better than a rubber one?
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely recommend using something with felt on it when you're shrinking.
When shrinking the back window, I mess up or crease the top side.
Just probably just make sure that you keep moving your heat around a lot when you're shrinking the top. Creases a lot can come from if you're pressing too hard with your card, like before you've properly shrunk it. So just make sure you've really taken your time to heat it before you press it down. That might be what's causing you to crease it. Do my back glass. He made me unplug the defrosters. Oh well, you don't need to unplug them, but I wouldn't turn them on while he's tinting it. But then it's not gonna hurt anything if you run your defrosters. So I'm just going back over the bottom here, make sure I have no extra fingers. And then, yeah, so like here with the top, like all I really do with the top is I just make sure to keep moving my heat like this. So when you're doing this, just always be trying to do kind of like a back and forth motion or kind of like a rotation. And then just make sure that you really take your time heating it before you press it down with your card. I would say creasing most often comes from pressing down with your felt card before you've properly heated it.
How to tint windshield.
There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps when it comes to tinting a windshield, but it is the same process as tinting a back glass. We're about to do this back glass. This is pretty much already shrunk. I'm just going kind of back over my edges, making sure I have no fingers anywhere. I'll just double check the top. Yeah. Let's yeah, check out check out our videos on windshields. I think we have plenty where we've done windshields. Nope, I am not. What we do is we shape the tint on the outside and then we peel it and lay it on the inside. We do not tint the outside. Oops. So I'm gonna grab a scrub pad. I need my bulldozer. And I'm gonna see if I can grab the Slim Slam. Slim Slam. Then I'm gonna throw a couple towels on these seats. What is up?
Sounds very professional.
We try to be professionals here.
Very light wet sanding of your defrosting elements to get rid of any high spots can reduce your chance of getting bubbles I've heard.
Yeah, you just want to be very careful about like what type of like sandpaper you're using. You want it to be like very, very fine grade, I think. I've never used I've never really done any sanding on defroster lines. They have clay bars now, so I would recommend using a clay bar on defroster lines. I would definitely go the clay bar route over sanding now. All right, dude, thanks for stopping by. The most hardest thing I ever did, like tint? The hardest vehicle I've ever tinted? Is that what you're asking? Was definitely not this car. This car was definitely not the hardest car I ever tinted. The probably like the Porsche 944. I did like the I don't know what year it was. I can't remember what year it was, but I did like a Porsche 944 once and never again. So I'm just trying to get his seats covered up here. There we go. Is this no? I'm Daniel. I'm Matt's brother. 944 looks like a big old egg. Yeah, dude, 944. That back glass is not a good time. That is a car to avoid. That 944. The headrests do come out. I don't think I'm gonna take these out because the customer already tilted them downwards for me. So I think I'm just gonna keep them like that. Now I'm just gonna throw one more towel over here. Just like that. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just scrub this off pretty good. Made that one. Just prefer. Oh yeah, dude, yeah. The Porsche 911 is beautiful. The 911 Turbo. I did a 911 Turbo once, and that was one of the coolest cars that I've ever tinted. It was like I think it was a 2013 911 Turbo. It was a beautiful car. So I'm just scrubbing this off pretty good, making sure there's no, like, mostly looking out for like tape residue or any type of grit or anything that could be on this back glass. It feels pretty clean. Have you ever done a C6? Yes, I have. What year's is this C6? I know I've done it. I just can't remember exactly what the time frame is. I'm sure I've done at least a few C6s. So now I'm just giving this, oops, I gotta tilt this camera up a little bit. There. It's gonna be a little bit harder to angle the camera for this part, but right now I'm just squeegeeing the back glass off. Then I'm just gonna give this a good spray. I'm actually gonna, here, let me use my Slim Slam. And I'll get here at the bottom. Type of liquid. I'm using tint slip right now, just water and tint slip off of our site. So I'm just gonna spray this whole window down here, and then we'll be ready to install. How's the longest one I ever... So we have probably a lot of videos that you should look at on YouTube for learning how to do it. I don't really remember what the longest tint job I ever did was. Let's tape across the headliner above the back window. I'll probably do that next time then. I didn't really think of that before I did this. But we haven't gotten the headliner wet at all really, so should be safe. Shouldn't be a 100% necessary thing. Two ply tint every time. Don't ever, unless you're just like practicing. One ply is going to be very cheap and flimsy. Privacy glare. Do you know what type of tint that would be called? With a privacy glare? No, I'm not really entirely sure. Look into the double sprayer they spray on. I'll look into that. Just from accidentally hitting the tint, but the headliner probably... No, this one, yeah, this one's not really gonna be an issue. Too much tint slip? You could potentially do too much. The only downside to doing too much is it's just gonna be very slippery, which I would rather have it be more... You would rather have too much than too little. You want more slippery rather than more sticky. So I'm not sure just how well you guys can see, but I'm just sliding this down, cover the entire back glass, sticking a little bit here at the bottom. I just want to slide this down until we're all the way covered. Pretty much only concerned with the bottom right now. And then I'm going to line up my top. So now that I got it slid down as much as I need, now I can just flatten it out everywhere. Let me double check on the outside to see that we're covered. Looks good. Yeah, if you have little arms, Frankenstein is not the best option. I would definitely recommend reverse roll. I usually just do reverse roll on windshield sometimes. Yeah, I'm trying to get the best camera angle that I can. It's just when I'm in the back seat, it's like this is hanging on my neck, so it's like it's very tight back there. I don't know if I can get a perfect angle. Is it easy to tint your rear windshield yourself with no experience? No, it's not very easy. The biggest window I ever did? Probably like a big transit windshield. Like those big, or like the big like Mercedes Sprinter van windshields. That's probably the biggest. So right now, I'm getting all the water out. And then I'm squeezing out the bottom. Sorry that you guys probably can't see everything right now. It's just too tight back here to get a good camera angle. So I'll just try to get this done as quickly as I can. And then I'll take a good look at the comments and questions. Now I'm going to use my Slim Slam here on the bottom try to get as low as I can. I'm gonna look at the comments in just a second. I can't see them right now. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just bulldoze the bottom. This is actually fairly tight back here at the very bottom. Oh, oops. I left a little egg gap back here. I gotta move this. I didn't realize I shifted to the left. So I'm just gonna peel this back and respray. I'm just gonna stick this back up here. Flatten this out along the bottom. There we go. Now we should be covered all the way. On the rear deck behind the headrest. Let me try that. Dude, do you remember me? You'd probably have to ask Matt. Couldn't tell. Your shifted. All we see is the covering on the seat. Yeah, I know. I gotta figure out how to get a better camera angle. Camera on the deck, the wide views. Well, I can't change to wide view. I don't know how to do that, but I can put it on the deck right here. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's about the best angle I can even get. I can't get a perfect angle with it. So we're gonna go ahead, flatten this out with my ping pong. And then I'm gonna squeegee this down at the bottom here. I'm going to go back with my handled squeegee here. Squeegee this up. Then I'm gonna use my Slim Slam on the bottom. Yeah, give me a better angle. Yeah, I'm getting more of the water out above it. The Slim Slam. I mean, it's good for it gets water out that I wouldn't be able to get with it or without it. I mean, I just gotta bulldoze at the very bottom. Yeah, it's too hard to get a good angle back here.
Yeah, but for this, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
I kept saying hang on.
Oh, I didn't. Well, I didn't know. I thought you were talking to the cat.
Yeah, cooked.
Low key, they are cooked.
There. Now you'll be able to see.
Now they can see.
Almighty power of the bulldozer.
It's actually pretty tight back here.
Yeah. I know, right?
I was trying to speed it up before it dried up. These windows have been kind of sticky.
Disconnected again. Wait, what's down there? It shouldn't be.
What the hell?
I'm noticing it works really well, but you just can't rely on it super high.
This is 20% on the car. Dang, I need a lesson on I need how to use this. How do you use this?
You don't even know how you use it. This is your first day?
This is my first day using a tail fin.
What the shit? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've hardly ever used the tail fin. Yeah, okay. It just
So I'll typically like hold it like that.
okay. I mean, it's not an intuitive tool.
Yeah. Maybe somebody's been tinting for a while.
Tinted for years without one.
I'm just like, I think almost every time you're here, I'm surprised
Surprised at what?
that there's just like something that I feel like is obvious at this point.
This?
I curved it up.
This tool.
The other way.
This tool
The other way. Oh my god. You're like somebody who's just touching a triad.
Here, I got it. Oh, other way. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a silly tool.
It's a silly tool that works extremely well.
First time I've ever used a tail fin. It's your hardest job on a car? What's your hardest job on a car?
It's just old cars.
Old cars. In general.
Right. You can point the camera down a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to tilt it up as high as I could for the back glass.
Yeah, you gotta use like a head cam. That's one reason I wanted just a second angle. So if I'm doing that, I could just switch it.
They probably just made like a speck of dust here or there. It's kind of inevitable that you're gonna have like just a little bit of dust, but we do everything we can to minimize it. But that is normal.
Yeah, that's why I was going with camera B. I don't know if I want to get a tracking. There's good and bad that'll come from it.
How's the car look?
Like shit.
Like shit. Crispy? Can I be a moderator? Have you ever quit on a car? Like gave up? I don't think I've ever given up on a car.
Top one, the Kia K5 windows.
Yeah, Kia K5 is not super easy. This is a Lincoln Continental. Are they still making these? Are they still making the
I don't think so.
They stopped? Yeah, they made.
Lincoln is exclusively making all their mid and full size SUVs.
Oh yeah,
It's like a
the Ford route. Yeah.
This was like a 300 when it came out.
They didn't last very long.
No. This is kind of goofy. Like, door handles are kind of...
Yeah, I always complain about the door handles. I'm looking for my spray bottle here. I'm gonna put this bottom seal back in.
I think it was like if a 300 and a Charger had a baby, it was like this.
Well, I rolled the window down right here because I'm putting the bottom seal back in. Once I put the seal back in, then yeah, we don't roll the windows down. Yeah, you keep your windows rolled up. We are in Sterling Heights. This is 20%. So right now I'm just putting this bottom seal back in. This will just tuck here. And then we gotta push this panel back over this. Here we go. Then we're gonna roll this back up. And the car just turned off. Oh, the car might have died.
That cat reminds me of the echoes behind it.
Yeah, I think the car just died.
I wanted to my dad's BMW F10.
BMW F10? What is an F10? M5. Oh yeah, M5s are not too bad. I've done M5s before.
Well, 5 Series, I think.
5 Series in general is not too bad to tint.
Ford truck want to be a bit better. $520i.
520i. Yeah, 520i is nice to tint. I like to tint those.
I was Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Oops.
Purple line. Thanks, Michael.
Now we gotta put the seal back in on the other side. The car died. It even has like the auto shut off, like the battery saver. Didn't save the battery.
Did you guys
Yes, we are in America. I two-stepped the back doors. I bottom loaded the front doors. These front doors I don't really like to two-stage. Trinidad, nice. I've never been to Trinidad. Water in the bottom?
Oh, just a little bit.
Oh. Popping panels can be tricky. Yeah, I'm very like picky and choosy about like what seals I take out and which ones I leave in. But generally, Fords, Chevys, like American cars, I like to take the seals out of the front door sometimes. You're probably thinking of Matt. Matt usually doesn't remove it at all. I remove it sometimes. Two-step is top loading. Why can't bottom loading be one step? It should be, right? A lot of shops bottom load the front too. Yeah, I like that way on a lot of cars, because like a lot of times the front seals are easier to take out than the back seals, because a lot of times the back seals are connected to like the quarter windows and stuff, where there's extra plastic that needs to be taken off. And it also the install, just bottom loading front doors, because you have that little edge. A lot of times it's easier to bottom load a front door than a back door. So I just like to be very choosy with it, very picky.
How difficult are Camaros to tint? Specifically 2015 model year.
2015 is very easy.
I appreciate you putting me on the Quartermaster Pro. Is it worth it to do 50%?
Is it worth it to do 50%? Are you talking on the front? Are you talking like the windshield? It's too light for me on the back, but for the windshield I would like 50 on the windshield. Did you put this back there?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a torch. I used it to heat up pillows.
Oh, dang! I keep telling everybody we don't torch our windows. I found the torch.
What kind of monkey wrench can I throw into the screen?
Yeah, well, people are like, people in the comments are like, I thought you didn't remove seals, Matt.
Yeah, you're torching, you're bottom loading.
They're like, what's going on here? Lumar Air 80 on my windshield. Can't even tell it's there. I like Lumar Air 80. That's a good film. It's just expensive. Yeah, front doors, it's illegal to tint the front doors here too, but we kind of get a break as long as we do fairly light. And it's 35 too dark. That's about the darkest that I would go. 35. We're in the U.S., but 35 is right about the darkest I would go on a windshield. I don't think it's too dark, but I wouldn't go really any darker than that. Do you ever run into Yeah, I have run into hydrophobic coatings before, and you can't like razor blade it or scrub it in any way. You just gotta squeegee it. So that's what we've done. We've just squeegeed them. If there's any sticker on there, we just leave it. Just leave the sticker on there. There's just no better way that I even really know of. So like 35 in the back and 15 up front. That would be nice. That's not too bad. I'm not really opposed to putting 35 on the back if it's got factory tint on there. 35 on the ship. That's the darkest I would go. I wouldn't go any darker. Tint law, yeah, it does. You're gonna find a different law in like every state. So I'm just gonna go around and just wipe this whole thing down nice. Gotta put this thing back.
Yeah, they're good.
That's what I have, and I have to buy right.
Get a couple rags here.
Yeah.
So I had to buy bright LEDs. Yeah, I don't have any tint on my windshield personally. I just can't see out of it. I have old man eyes. 20% of my windshield, 5. That's really, really dark. I wouldn't be able to see out of that. Our 2000s Corvette, yeah, they suck. They're not. Those Corvettes are not fun. And you're right. Mainly the back glass. Yeah, they take a very long time to tint. Voice guy, yeah. I am Matt's brother. I'm not Matt. Have to have dark tint. Yeah, but you gotta be able to see, right? I mean, like you can have, heat, film that keeps heat out and is not too dark you can see out of. I'm not opposed to tinting headlights and taillights. What tint is your favorite to put on? I like 20%. I'm a 20% kind of person, except for your windshield. I wouldn't put 20 on your windshield, but I always put 20% on my own car. Well, not on my windshield, just on everything else. I don't usually tint my windshield.
So this chick was saying how Enterprise totally took advantage of her and everything, and after we rented a car and declined coverage, and there was a hailstorm and they did $10,000.
I'm gonna get back to the comments in just a second.
The company's fault, and they're the big bad company because they're.
Say what? Yeah, I'm just wiping it down right now. Yeah. What would you put on your windshield? I'd probably put 50 on my windshield. Take off old tint. Try a steamer. You do residential windows with car tint? I wouldn't recommend it. So automotive tint absorbs heat. Residential film is made to reflect it. So if you put automotive tint on house windows, you can cause them to crack. Work for Expel? Yeah, I've heard good things about Expel. I've never worked in a shop that has been like an Expel dealer or whatnot. Expel is very like controlling company. They like you to use their software and their film and everything. They don't really want you to use anything else. Yeah. Like I've like, not really. I've like scrubbed windows before that were like too dirty. Like used like a Scotch-Brite on them. But I normally just use a razor blade to clean off dirt, stuff like that, before I install.
For a little while. If you're done with the stream, you can click stop streaming here.
And then
also the power button up here.
Yeah, I mean I'm pretty much ready to end it right now.
Oh. Well, that one does, and then you press that, and then you can end stream.
Okay.
Alright.
Model 3 full windshield considered difficult for a fairly new tinter. Yeah, it's not super easy. It's not the hardest one. How can you tell if you can use a scraper blade on flat glass windows? You should be able to use it on all of them. That's what I'm trying to get used to. I like Lumar. And the windshield is always cooked. If they off-road them, yeah. Alrighty, I gotta wrap this up and give it back to the customer, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right here. Thank you for tuning in.